So, good morning, my brothers and sisters. I just want to weigh in on this story that has been going around on social media. It relates to the UN rapporteur, Irene Khan, who is in the country, to conduct some investigations on issues relating to human rights, on freedom of expression and opinions. This must be clearly understood. She is a human rights UN rapporteur on freedom of expression and opinion. So it is not about whatever, but anyway, so it is about that. And apparently, she has been having interaction with different stakeholders, including media houses. But I understand that she also visited different media houses, and one of these media houses is Flav FM. Now, there was a story that was posted by Emmanuel Mwamba to say, let me read that exactly. What was said by Emmanuel Mwamba. Emmanuel Mwamba posted to say, Zambia police surround Flav FM. UN Special Rapporteur Irene Khan is at the radio station. They are trying to stop her. This is what Emmanuel Mwamba posted. But later on, we had a communication which was done by Flav FM management. And this is what they said. They said, Flav subject clarification on false claims. Okay, that is a subject. Clarification on false claims. Flav FM wishes to categorically deny, my eyes are, Flav FM wishes to categorically deny the false claim circulating on social media that our station has been surrounded by the Zambia police due to the presence of the UN Special Rapporteur. This claim, made by former ambassador to Ethiopia, Emmanuel Mwamba, is entirely baseless and without merit. Without merit. We urge the public to disregard this misinformation and rely on the credible sources for accurate updates issued by Flav Radio and TV Services Management. Then, after this statement was issued on social media, in the evening, Diamond TV had an interview. What was said there is quite interesting, and I think let us listen to what they said before we go on.
Back to the issue around the UN Special Rapporteur, because on phone we're now joined by the proprietor of Flav FM and hear their account of the story based on what you've just shared. Mr. Chilufya is joining us via audio call. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's edition of This Day. On the other line, we have joining us via video conferencing, we've got Mr. Emmanuel Mwamba. But would you just tell us what happened earlier on today? What is management's position on what happened earlier on today?
Good evening. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. It's unfortunate that I can't join you via video call, because I think that would have been, a little more interesting. But I think let me start by saying this, and I want to state this categorically. I do not involve myself in politics, and neither does my station. My station has never been about aligning itself with people's agendas and whatever it is that they wish to do. And I will not allow my radio station as Flav FM to be used as a political pawn in whatever it is that Emmanuel Mwamba is trying to achieve. Now, Emmanuel Mwamba is saying he spoke to a member of staff. So, I come from a legal background. It would be very nice for him to start by informing us who from the radio station gave him this information. I think let's be transparent in all our dealings. Let us not sensationalize, and you can claim to be a journalist, you can claim to be whatever you are, but I want to start by saying I would like to know, for the sake of transparency, I would like him to mention who he spoke to at Flavor Radio and TV, because none of the members of staff at Flavor FM have spoken to Emmanuel Mwamba today.
Mr. Mwamba, you hear that feedback. That is official management position by Flavor FM, and I feel like that this puts you in a very awkward position because you insist that you spoke with them. You spoke with, according to you, 2 members of staff at Flavor FM, but the proprietor says otherwise. And before Mr. Mwamba comes in, Mr. Chitoshi, just for clarity's sake, you didn't have 3-4 police officers coming to your radio station today ahead of the rapture.
So, here is the clarification. And take it from me, and obviously from somebody who was present, and not from people that are alleging to have contacts, quote and unquote, on the ground. 2 police officers arrived earlier in the day before the interview with the rapporteur, and they came and spoke to my members of staff and queried about the visit from the UN rapporteur. They wanted information basically pertaining to what was going on. My members of staff gave them information that they required after asking for ID, and they said, okay, we're having this lady, she's coming over, and she's coming for this interview. After that, they did not stay. There was no presence of any police at the radio station. In fact, I'm given to understand that they left to go to Radio Chengalo to ask the same questions. I'm not sure Chengalo can confirm that. They left immediately after that. When the rapporteur visited the radio station, which was 2.5 hours later, there was no police presence. There was nobody surrounding the building. There was nobody standing there accosting members of staff or asking them to answer these so-called difficult questions. And also, let's clear something up. She did not come for a radio interview. I don't understand why we are seeing posts about her being stopped from being granted an interview on radio. There was no radio interview. She came to speak to journalists as part of her research and asked a few questions, and she left the media house and went on to the next one to ask. She is conducting research. Why would we sensationalize this from political mileage and start saying police officers have surrounded the station to stop so-and-so from talking on air? She was not scheduled for a radio interview. We were not putting her on radio, and she categorically had stated this anyway after her arrival. She was basically conducting research and speaking to members of staff. Why does Emmanuel want to take this and go and post all of these untruths for his own mileage? Please don't involve my radio station in this nonsense.
Well,
Mr. Mwamba, I believe.
Well, that is the owner of Flavor FM, Mr. Chishala Chitoshi. Now, here is my view. First of all, let's look at the context critically, the content critically. Mwamba says the police have surrounded Flavor FM, okay? Have surrounded Flavor FM because the UN rapporteur is there. Now, the statement comes in and say, whatever Mwamba is saying is not true. It's not true at all. It is not true at all. This is what the statement is saying, you know? He's saying the false claims, and he says, Flavor FM wishes to categorically deny the false claims circulating on social media that our station has been surrounded by the police due to the presence of UN rapporteur. This claim made by former ambassador to Ethiopia, Emmanuel Mwamba, is entirely baseless and without merit. Entirely baseless and without merit. Now, if we ask ourselves, if we talk about, truthfulness, Mwamba says they are police officers that have surrounded. And then this man, later on in clarifying, he says there were only 2 police officers who came. But you are saying entirely, Shala Chitoshi, you are saying entirely, entirely, it is not true, it is false. Meaning there were no police officers at all. Everything that Mwamba said was totally not true. But wait a minute. Yes, we can agree that Mwamba extended, the information maybe to some, or exaggerated the situation a little bit. But there are some truth here. Did police visit Flav FM? According to Chala Chitoshi, he has confirmed they visited. Whether they are 2, they were whatever, but the point is that police were there at Flav FM. Police went to Flav FM. So Mwamba is not totally creating falsehood here. No, it is not totally misleading. It is not totally misinformation, because the police went there. As to how many were there, that is a debate, that is a question that remains to be debated by those who were there. Because the director, Chala Chitoshi, saying only 2 came. But I would want to doubt that, Chala Chitoshi. I would want to doubt that. Me, as a person that has been interacting with the police for so many times, it is rare that the police will come, the two of them, it is very rare, very rare. Most of the times, our police, they move at least 4 in the car. It is very rare that only 2 visited your station. I doubt that. However, I may agree with you to say maybe the police did not surround Flav FM because clearly, like you said, that they left. So that may not be true, but the police were there. And afterwards, by the confirmation of Chala Chitoshi, they spoke to members of staff. Now, Chala Chitoshi is asking, can you name which member of staff told you that? Certainly. I mean, you can't say, no, Mwamba is lying because no member of staff spoke to him. The question to you, Chala Chitoshi, the one who is saying, I come from a legal background. I'm asking you, I don't know if you are a counsel. I'm asking you, a counsel, Chala Chitoshi. How did Mwamba know? Mwamba is in America right now as we are talking. So how did he know? He says one of the members of staff told him. So if not a member of staff told him that, the question to you is that how did Mwamba know? And can you account for whatever, for what all the members of staff were doing? Can you account? Were you with them? For you to say, no one spoke to him. I mean, of course, which member of staff would come up to say, yes, boss, it's me who called Mwamba? Which member of staff would do that? Definitely, it is very clear. I believe Mwamba, one of the members of staff called him. And from the way you are talking, Chala Chitoshi, you are actually scared. You are very scared. And this is what Irene Khan should be looking at. These incidents and the talk of Chala Chitoshi is actually confirming that the media is not free. Look at the way this man is jumping up No, me, I don't involve myself in politics, whatever. Come on. How can you say you are a media house? How can you say you don't engage in politics? I mean, you report on politics. Every day you are talking politics. Every day. So you cannot run away. But the problem is, people are so scared to discuss politics. They are so scared to discuss politics. They are very scared. This is why you can hear Chilufya. Even the way he's coming out is very emotional. He's very emotional. Because he doesn't want to be seen that he's siding with the opposition. No, we don't involve in politics. And usually, when people are saying they don't involve themselves in politics, it is when they don't want to be seen to be aligned to the opposition. I don't engage in politics is one way of saying, no, don't align me to the opposition. Don't align me to the opposition. In Zambia, that is the terminology. People that are scared of the government, people that are scared of the UPND, the terminology they use is that I don't involve myself in politics. But when they are supporting the government, it's okay. When they are supporting government, they will say whatever it is. No, Hakainde Hichilema is doing very well. He's doing what. That is not politics. But it's politics. And it is okay for them to say that. But when they are not in agreement with the UPND, when they are not in agreement with the UPND, and they don't want to be seen that they are aligned to the opposition or they are agreeing with the opposition, they say, I don't involve myself in politics. Chilufya, you cannot run away from being a part of politics. You are running a media house. You host politicians. You run programs on politics. So you can't run away from that. You can't run away from that. You cannot take a side, or you cannot express an opinion as a media house to side with whichever. But the fact is that you are part of politics. And here we are not talking politics. Here we are talking about facts. Did the police come to your media stations? They did. Irene Khan was at the radio station, at your radio station. The police, did they discuss Irene Khan? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And this, I think, entirely, this is what Mwamba is highlighting. The police, they hear Irene Khan is going to a media house. They go there. They go there and they start asking questions. The question that I'm asking, objectively speaking, what is the business of the police in Irene Khan's business when she visits media houses? What is the business of the police? Why do the police, is Irene Khan a danger? Is Irene Khan a danger to go to a media house? Why are the police going there? Why did the police go there? That is what we should be discussing. That is what we should be discussing. It doesn't matter how many they were. It doesn't matter whether they're surrounded or whatever. The question is, what is the business of the police when Irene Khan is visiting media houses? This is what we are talking about. This is an evidence of human rights abuse in relation to expression of, in relation to our freedom of expression and opinions. This is what we are talking about. Because this is what they do. The police, they do visit. If, Irene Khan, they visited. Imagine for a politician. They do that. I have been stopped, from, continue with my program by cadres. Not the police. The police have never done that. But the police have never defended me. I was kicked out in Chingola. In Chingola. Midway interview, midway the interview, cadres came in and stopped the interview, and I was brutalized and chased out of Chingola. I wanted to go into Mufrila. Mufrila was condoned, and in spite of the police knowing about this, the police did nothing. The police don't do anything. So, Chilufya, you are just being a coward. Even the statement that you issued was just the fear. It is just manifesting the fear that the media houses have. That statement, this statement, This statement is just expressing your fear because you say entirely it is not true. But the police were there. How many they were, that doesn't matter. The point is that the police were there. The police were there. And the question is, why were they there? Why? Why ask questions before Irene comes? They come to us, start asking questions. Were they telling you what you should say to Irene Khan? Because that's how I would take it. That the police were there to intimidate you, like you have clearly seen that you are clearly intimidated. They were there to intimidate you, to make sure that you don't give information freely. You don't express yourself freely. You don't express your opinion freely. They were there to intimidate you. And this should not be taken as anything but a clear violation of our human rights to express ourselves and express our opinion. They hear Irene Khan is coming, the police go there. Why did they go there? From my point of view, I take it that they came there to intimidate you, to make sure that you don't express yourself freely. That is how I take it. Yes, Mwambaz, whatever. I mean, the essence, the substance of it is intimidation in terms of human rights of expression and opinions. And I don't know what Laura Meat was trying to say, but I find it a little bit uncomfortable that the Human Rights Commission in Zambia have been trying so hard to downplay the role of Irene Khan. They have been really trying to downplay that. I am a little bit concerned. I am concerned with the behavior of the Human Rights Commission of Zambia. How they have been coming out. First of all, that Dr. Pamela said no, she was invited by the state. She was invited by the state to do what? To do what? I don't understand. I don't understand because the Human Rights Commission of Zambia, you would think that they would be happy with the presence of this lady and they would want to encourage people to come out. But the Human Rights Commission of Zambia are the ones who are seemingly trying to downplay this. No, she was invited by the state. Why was she invited? Why was she invited? She has come to investigate. She has come to confirm. Because reports have been coming out that Zambia is not doing well in human rights, particularly in freedom of expression and that of opinions. Zambia is not doing well. Reports have been going, to UN, and she has come to confirm that. She has come to confirm that. But Human Rights Commission of Zambia is like they are saying no, everything is okay. But come on, things are not okay. Even with Laura Mitty's statement, I read it a few times trying to understand what she was trying to to bring out. But really, basically, she's in a way condemning Emmanuel Mwamba. But I think she should have been concerned. Instead of trying to shoot at Emmanuel Mwamba, I think Laura Mitty should have been shooting at the police. Whether it is only one police who went there, by the fact that there was a presence of the police officer before Irene Khan arrived, I think Laura Mitty, that is what she should have been addressing as a human rights commissioner. Because Laura Mitty is part of the Human Rights Commission. So, as a commissioner, a human rights commissioner, I think she should have been addressing why did the police go there. I think this is what we should be looking at. And I hope she would have brought out that than to start intimidating the whistleblower. Because Mwamba in this case is a whistleblower. Mwamba is a whistleblower. Of course somebody gave him this information, but he's the one that brought it to light. He's the one that brought it to light. So why are you going for Emmanuel Mwamba? You are even agitating to arrest Emmanuel Mwamba. This is what all you do by UPND. This is all you know. So, Fiancé, Emmanuel Mwamba, everything must end up into, he must be arrested. He must be arrested. I am very sure if Emmanuel Mwamba lands into Zambia, definitely, immediately, he's going to be arrested. But he's going to be arrested for what? For asking, where is Hakainde Hichilema? Okay, is Hakainde Hichilema sick? For bringing it to light that police visited a radio station before Irene Khan went there. I mean, are these the crimes that we should be charged with? Is there anything constituting an arrest here? This is where by UPND, you are losing it. This is why you are losing it. You are trying to say, no, there are no human rights, there are no human rights. But you are actually doing it even before the person that has come to investigate, the person that is supposed to exonerate you, and you are doing it. She was supposed to be at a radio station. Before she goes there, you send the police. Isn't that intimidation? Isn't that human rights abuse? Yeah. Anyway, we will talk tomorrow. We will talk tomorrow. For today, I just wanted to add this. Why were the police there? This is the question that we should be asking. It doesn't matter how many they were, whatever. And Chilufya, you are just scared. You are scared, and I understand you. I understand you, because you can't survive in Zambia if you agree with Emmanuel Mwamba. Imagine if he came out to say, yeah, actually what Emmanuel Mwamba is saying is true. Hey, imagine that. Imagine that. So me, I do understand you, Chilufya. I do understand you. But, anyway, we can only hope that God will help us, because things are not okay in Zambia, really. Things are not okay in Zambia. And it seems we don't have, a way out. We are in trouble. We are in trouble. Anyway, I'll talk about this tomorrow at 20 hours. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I will talk about some of these issues on Wednesday. For now, you have a lovely day, and I pray that Irene Khan will be able to get the right information from these people that she's meeting, because clearly police are there. They are going ahead of her to intimidate people. So information that they give, only God knows. Even the proprietor is scared. Which employer? No employer called you. How can you account Chilufya? How did Emmanuel know? Anyway, bye for now.